Welcome back, everybody, to the Jokebudd Show. I'm your host, the one and only. Man, it has been a long time. I had to take some time to refocus on some things and get some things in order, get some business straight. Had a lot of thinking to do. Had a birthday passed. Thank you for the ones who reached out, family and friends. It just threw me back more and focus on what I need to do. I just need to be more me and just let it all flow out. I've been more on a professional side, and I can do this more just being totally me. But we got a lot going on. As soon as the weather break, we're going to be outside, getting it popping, getting things rocking. It's going to be a lot more in store for the Jokebudd Show and the Broken Studios. I got a couple topics I'm going to talk to y'all about. Just pop some shit with y'all. It feels good being back here in the seat, in the studio, doing what I need to do. So, no further ado, how I'm going to do my solo pods now is going to be sports, music, and lifestyle. Those three topics. And I'm going to break everything down in sections from sports, music, and lifestyle. And just take it from there and just see how it go. But we're going to start, obviously, you see all this Colts gear on. I got my Andrew Luck authentic on. I missed my quarterback. As you all know, my Colts missed the playoffs. We had we had 2 damn games to get in the playoffs. We didn't make it. We lost to the Raiders, and then we lost to Jacksonville. We wet the bed real bad. And it's time to refocus and retool and refuel. What I'm looking at in the offseason is we got $41 million worth of cap space. We have to be wary of that because we haven't signed Quentin Nelson. Once Quentin Nelson's deal is done, we can see what we got after that. I really think he's a good enough guy with a good enough agent that I think they're going to wait. I think they're going to do the 5th-year option, and then he'll get his amazing extension. He will be probably the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. But we got some needs. We got wide receiver needs, edge rusher needs, and a quarterback, kind of, sort of. Because I'm not all out on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz did a pretty damn good job for us. And I feel like he's being made the scapegoat in a sense that if you look at the numbers, it's not all that bad. Now, could he have did better? Yes. But we all could have did better. All those offensive weapons, defensive weapons, we all could have did better. All I'm saying is, if we're going to release him or trade him, we need to get somebody way better. So don't get nobody marginal. Don't bring a Matt Ryan into the deal. Don't bring a Matt Ryan, nothing like that. If you're going to swing for the fences, get an Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson of that caliber. Nothing less than that. I'm not taking less than that. We have a new defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley. He runs the cover 3 Legion of Boom defense. We run cover 2s and 3s, so that's not going to be that bad. We still have Kwity Paye, Dio. I really think in the offseason we need to go after a premium edge rusher like a Chandler Jones. That'll be awesome. We can get a Chandler Jones, but we're going to spend the money. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to come down to. Does the GM Ballard want to spend the money, or is the owner, Jim Irsay, going to make him spend the money? So that's going to be big. That's going to be real big if we're going to take that next step. I still think we need a wide receiver weapon. Michael Pittman can't do it by himself. We got to let a couple of them walk. So I can see a Juju Smith-Schuster coming through. Maybe a Chris Godwin. That's going to cost a lot. So I see a Juju Smith-Schuster or Christian Kirk from the Cardinals. I'm hearing that Jarvis Landry may be released. He'll be an excellent slot receiver for us. I'm still holding out hope for Paris Campbell. Explosive athlete. Had just the worst luck with injuries. Just the worst luck with injuries, but he's super quick, super fast, and he can be effective when healthy. So we have to get him healthy. So that's the key, getting him healthy. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a good off season, but I think by the time the off season comes around, we could definitely get him where he needs to be. I'm not for sure about cornerbacks. I like the cornerbacks. Cornerbacks look good. The safeties look good. A couple pieces here and there. We got to resign some key offensive linemen. A lot of offensive linemen are up. So I don't even know how much money we're going to have once we sign the offensive line. So we might have less than $20 million after we sign the key piece of the offensive line. So we got a lot of thinking to do. But if you're going to release Carson Wentz, all I'm saying is swing for the fences. Don't get something just marginally better. Do not get nothing just marginally better. The Super Bowl just passed. The Rams won 23, Bengals 20. I actually had the Bengals winning 30 to the Rams 27, but the Rams won. The home team won, and it was a good game, a real good game. I just felt like Zach Taylor didn't adjust to the adjustments that Sean McVay of the Rams made. And it's kind of reminiscent of when Sean McVay didn't adjust to Bill Belichick when they lost the Super Bowl. So you got to learn. You got to learn. And he did. And I know he will learn from that, because when they start doing the stunt doubles on the D-line, it really gave the offensive line of the Bengals a lot of trouble. And that's where I felt like they should have ran the ball more with Joe Mixon, but hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020. And one interesting thing I want to talk about in the NBA before we move on is Michael Jordan just confirmed to me that the Magic Johnson is the second best player ever in the league. And what I mean by that is the 75th anniversary celebration just happened at the halftime of the All-Star game and before then. And Michael Jordan seen Magic Johnson from the other side of the grouping of they was at. He said he's the old guy. And he said, put your shoes on right now. Let's go one-on-one. And that lets me know when you're Michael Jordan, when you're the GOAT, and you're still talking about going one-on-one, you pick one person out the group. And that one person was Magic Johnson, because you know that he posed a threat because he was really like that as well. So it was very unique to see. And I remember at times they said Magic Johnson gave Michael Jordan problems because Magic Johnson 6'9", can dribble, see over you, pass. He could do everything. So he's that one guy. And I know that Jordan said on his Last Dance documentary that he's the best point guard, but it's just kind of stamped it for me that he is the second best player of all time, because he called him out in a friendly competition way, but he still feels some kind of way towards Magic Johnson. So props to Jordan, props to Magic. So always have that competitive spirit. Let you know this never dies. So definitely there. Music. Let's get to it. The rapper The Baby is getting sued for the bowling alley brawl. When things like this happen, you gotta go back to you gotta find a reasoning for it. And this is a brawl that happened between his baby mama, Danny Lee's brother. And it started from a debacle on Instagram between them two, the baby and Danny Lee. They didn't see eye to eye. It went back and forth on Instagram. The brother took up for him and let him know that it's going to be on site. It's going to be on site when I see you. So let us know everything is a go when I see you. So fast forward. The baby's brother Danny Lee's brother seen the baby and his crew at the bowling alley. It must have been like a big bowling party. And when you tell somebody it's on site, like really on some on site shit, like, you seen this person as you walked in. So you have two options. You want to walk back out here and regroup. You're going to let it go. And your third option is, hey, I'm going to go off what I know. I'm going to jump out there and get it. He went up there to talk to the baby. Some words were exchanged. And he gets punched, jumped. But it's tongue-in-cheek because, like, you tell somebody that it's on site, then there's no need for talking. So I just felt like if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to tell somebody it's on site, as soon as you seen the baby, you should have took off because you know he's about 10 deep. You're by yourself, so you need to start thinking more smart. And then you have a cup in your hand. It look like you're having a good time. You was not ready for none of that. The next thing you know, a couple days later, you're ready to sue. That's just, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. So I'm not for sure what happened there. As far as you getting with the right people to sue, maybe you got some people in your ear, but you just can't say on site. If you want to sue, that's one thing. Somebody, if you feel attacked, but if you say it's on site, then you're going to the street life. Now you're going back to the civilian life. You got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. And that's what I tell a lot of people out here, inspiring rappers, producers, entertainers. Like, pick a side. Know what you're getting into before you even get any type of notoriety or credit. Really, really know what you're doing because nobody's going to save you. And he's reposted that if he had one or two more friends with him, it would have been a different outcome. But hey, man, he wasn't prepared. If F was a fifth, man, we all be drunk. So protect yourself out there. Protect yourself at all times, especially when you can say on social media that it's on site. I think people need to understand that saying on site and saying things on social media holds weight these days. It's not like, this is a game, this is a trick. Everything you say on social media and real life, it all holds the same weight now. There's no difference. There's definitely no difference. There's a lot of new music on the way. Kanye West about to drop. The baby's about, not the baby. Kanye West about to drop. Lil Baby dropping in the future. Future's dropping in the future. Lil Durk. It's just on and on. I think the game is getting back to where it needs to be, where you drop an album, you tour in the summers, the warm months out the year, and it's about to get real crazy. If I had to pick one or two, I think Future returns back to number one in the streets. I really think he's putting the time and effort and energy into making this album that he's coming out going to be the one for this year, or 21 Savage, as far as on the rap end of the spectrum. Versus, we seen Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child. It wasn't really like a competition thing with me. It's just some good music the day after Valentine's Day. You get to kick it, chill with your loved ones, listen to some good R&B. So I wasn't really even thinking about that. But one versus that still stings with me is that I really feel that Toni Braxton will beat Mary J. Blige in a versus. I really do. I'm going to say it one more time. Toni Braxton will beat Mary J. Blige in the verses. Definitely. When you think about stage presence, hits, I feel like it's a performance. And one thing, we can sit here and go back to back about who got more hits, who got more songs and all of that. One thing I definitely give Mary J. Blige is more features. And my family loves her. Everybody loves her. And I love her too. I'm a fan of hers too. But I think a lot of people got Toni Braxton twisted. Like she doesn't have no hits. Like I really think she's super slept on. And when we're talking about verses, we're talking about a performance. And I refuse to fall into that same trap I did with Dipset and the Locks. You know, I was just going off who I like more. And now I'm just looking at it from an unbiased opinions from the outside looking in. I think Toni Braxton, when we come to a performance, yes, Mary J. Blige has more features. So you might see a Jay come out. You might see a Nas come out, Method Man, all of that. But one thing you can't take away from Toni Braxton is she can sing. She sings better than Mary J. Blige. She really does. And a lot of her hits don't have features. It's her. I think she has one with Kenny G. How Can Angels Break My Heart? I would play that last. It's going to come down to song placement and strategy. What I would tell Toni Braxton, if I was in her corner with Stunner, like, let's come out swinging first. Like, let's not warm up the crowd. Let's give them a hit right off the bat. Like, right off the bat, let's attack. And if you do that, you give yourself a chance. And I feel like the performance over time your singing will last the whole performance. Because we're here to get entertained. We're here to hear singing. We're here to hear tunes. And if this is an R&B battle, Toni Braxton is walking away with that. So like I said, Toni Braxton will beat Mary J. Blige in a versus. You heard it here first. And if you have any questions or comments or slander or rebuttals, I'm here. But you got to think about it. You have to think about it. And Mary J. Blige has a lot of hits. But so does Toni Braxton. So you can't take that away from her. You got two people with a lot of hits. But one sings better than the other, clearly. And one has more features. And that's going to look good for as the looks of it. But when it comes down to just performing and being an artist, you'll see the artistry of Toni Braxton just shine through. Unless you did super biased, which I don't think. I think when it comes to a versus, the performer who captivates the crowd and the talent shines more through wins. It's just, that's what happens. Now on to lifestyle. I'm doing a new little segment called Overrated, Underrated, where I pick one thing that's overrated and I pick one thing that's underrated. Overrated is Philly cheesesteaks from Philadelphia. Those Philly cheesesteaks are overrated to a point where this was like 6 years ago, I think. A couple years ago, I wasn't even eating no beef or pork at that time, just cleansing myself. And I broke the fast for the beef because you're going to Philadelphia. You want to try it out. Was not impressed. And I think it was either Geno's or Max's, something like that, one of those. And then they hit me with the, no, you going to the commercial spot. That's where the white folks be. I'm like, okay, cool. Where y'all go? Went to the hood. It was marginally better. Just marginally better. I'd rather have the steak and cheeses from our spot in this area than go to Philly get those. So just buyer beware on that. They're overrated. Definitely. So try them if you like. I think you got to try one just to say you tried it. You'll see. And underrated is the Italian beef sandwich from Chicago. I went to another commercial spot to get an Italian beef, and it was pretty good. Went to the hood spot for that in Chicago for an Italian beef. Amazing. So I'm here to tell you that the Italian beef sandwich is way better than a Philly cheesesteak from Philly. So go try them out if you don't believe me. And I just want to let everybody know, stick to your goals. I've been trying to focus on this to get back in it, to flow better. And I just realized I'm so far gone ahead that I can't stop. We're going to keep rolling. So I would just tell anybody with their goals for this year, like, just stick to your new goals. I'm going to get some more interviews. We're going to hit the streets. It's a lot that's going to go on. And we just going to see where it goes. So you can't stop. And that's when I realized, like, man, you gone too far now. Like, you're all in. So just keep going. See where it go. And don't take no for an answer. Just keep pushing. So that's what I would tell you guys. If you feel like there's doubt in the situation you in, don't worry. I feel the same way. But I'm still working at it. And I'm here. So I'm not going to quit so you don't. I appreciate all the emails, the DMs, the texts I got telling me to keep going. I really, really appreciate that. And we just got to keep ramping up, putting those reps in. That's all you got to do. So just keep doing it, and it'll click. So just stay with whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing out there, people, but keep doing it, especially if it's positive. If it's positive, just keep doing it. You'll get it. And that's what somebody had to tell me, and here I am. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I just want to check in, give y'all an update of what's going on. Interviews will be back soon, probably in a couple days. So don't sweat it. I appreciate y'all checking in. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And you can always find me somewhere broken. Peace.